13 says, solve the equation by factoring. 18x plus 16 divided by x is equal to negative 36. And I know y'all had the same feeling as I did when I looked at this. Is how am I going to factor that when I have an x in the denominator, right? So the whole key to this problem is to multiply both sides of this equation by x, right? So now we're going to have 18x squared plus 16 equals negative 36x. And it's much easier to put it into standard form. So we call it 18x squared plus 36x. I just added 36x to both sides of the equation. Plus 16 is equal to 0. And now it should be pretty easy to solve this. So what can I pull out of here? Can I pull out I can't pull out a 4. I could pull out a 2. I guess that's about all I can do, huh?
Oh.
So 2 times 9x squared plus 18. X plus 8 is equal to 0. And I can divide both sides by 2 to get rid of that. So now I'm left with 9x squared plus 18x plus 8 is equal to 0. So I'm going to, I can't factor that any further, so I'm going to go 9 times 8 equals 72. And what two factors of 72 would give me 18?
8, 6, and 12, right?
6 and 12?
Yeah.
Okay, good, I'll take that. 6 and 12. And so using the world famous Mr. LeBron method, 9x squared plus 6x plus 12x plus 8 is equal to 0. So let's group these a little bit. And let's factor out a 3x from this one. So I'm going to go 3x times 3x plus 2 plus, and let's factor a 4 out of this side, 4 times 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. I'll tell you, it's amazing how that works. I mean, I'm just so impressed with that method. So I will reverse distribute my 3x plus 2's. So I'm going to have 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. So now it's fully factored, but the problem says to solve it. So don't stop here. We need to solve it. So if I want to solve it, I would have 3x plus 2 equals 0, or 3x plus 4 equals 0. So I'll do this one here. This would be 3x is equal to negative 2. So x would be equal to negative 2/3 on this side. And on this side, I would have 3x is equal to negative 4. So x would be equal to negative 4/3 on that side. Did I do something wrong?
No,
Could have.
but what about the 2? I think that's confusing because you know how.
So the question is, I factored out a 2 right here. How did we just then get rid of it?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I have the whole expression up here is equal to 0. So I have an equation, right?
Yeah.
And if I factor out a 2, I have the same
Oh,
equation,
divide
right?
both
So I just divided both sides by 2, and 0 divided by 2 is 0. one thing I really want to point out on that is that if you factor out, I don't think I talked about this before. If you factor out a variable, like if I was able to factor out, just for example here, excuse me, a 2x,
Yeah.
and I divided both sides by 2x, you have to be very careful you can't do that. Because if you divide both sides of an equation by a variable, and one side is 0, and you kind of get rid of it that way, you'll lose a solution. Because if I factor it out to 2x, x being 0 would have been a solution.
Yeah.
But if I had divided it and then gotten rid of it, I would have forgotten that it was a solution. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's not going to come up on any problem that we're having on the final, but that is definitely worth remembering.